Hello everyone, it's me Clayton. I just finished watching Monkey Man, starring Dev Patel, and this film was also written and directed by him. So after Slumdog Millionaire and after being Zuko in the worst Last Airbender movie ever made, Dev Patel essentially spent several years creating this film, which is essentially a revenge tale set in India that also takes inspiration from the tale of Hanuman. And what we get here is essentially a John Wick style thriller that basically could be taught in a class for how to set up a character, how to set up their journey, and how to deliver an explosive payoff when it comes to hard knuckled action. But let's get to the story, shall we? The story revolves around a guy named Bobby, played by Dev Patel, who works in an underground fight club where he has to be beaten up while wearing a monkey mask. All while the all while the host of this underground fight club, named Tiger, played by Charlton Copley, benefits from all of his beatings. But when Bobby finds himself inside a building that's full of the rich elites of India, he finds that one of the elites, Raja Singh, happens to frequent there. And since he's the guy who killed his mother, she was trying to protect a holy site from him, it's pretty clear that Bobby needs to get his justice his way. So he manages to find a religious sect of Indians. He finds the beaten and downtrodden, and he decides to train alongside them in order to exact his vengeance and to prove to the people of India that there is some hope in the stories that they tell themselves. So, on top of the Indian setting, allowing for the film to feel a lot darker and grittier in an unfamiliar setting than what we're used to, Dev Patel really shines in this film when it comes to his physical appearance as well as his acting through what minimal dialogue he has. He doesn't talk very much throughout, really only when he has to, but he certainly makes every line count and he makes every single expression count. You can tell what's going through his mind every time you see him in action, and a lot of the fight scenes deliver the kind of choreography you'd expect Keanu Reeves to go through in John Wick, only with the even more R-rated spectacle with huge amounts of blood, teeth being torn out of people's mouths, and bullets and alcohol galore. It is an absolute, frankly, kind of beautiful in a more twisted kind of way. But on top of that, I love the Hinduism iconography throughout the film. I liked the fact that Hanuman is the basic is the story that's told several times throughout the film. Like the fact that a lot of it is done in these newscast segments that interrupt the action a little bit. And I enjoy the fact that the whole culture of India is basically explored here in a way that is unlike a lot of other movies and how they do it. Even though the story is a gritty revenge thriller that happens to follow a lot of the elements that you'd expect from the genre, it still manages to feel fresh through its musical score, through a lot of the mythology that's expressed throughout the film, and even in the various montages that include everything from petty thefts inside the city to puppet shows to even storybook retellings of Hanuman. It really feels like a film that's done with a passion. And since the budget was only $10 million, it's kind of crazy how good the film looks despite the low budget. Even if the stars in the film aren't exactly A-listers. But that doesn't stop Dev Patel, Sharlto Copley, and everyone else in the cast from feeling absolutely amazing in their roles. So I definitely think you should watch it if you like what you're saying here, because as much as I love Dev Patel in Slumdog Millionaire, I think this is his best performance to date, and I'm gonna give this movie a 9 out of 10. See you next time.